We're back with another Natty by Nature. I'm here next to my cute little shiso plant right here. This is a very famous Japanese and Korean plant. Has many names. Shiso is the Japanese name. Kaennip or sesame leaf is the Korean name. In Spanish, it's sometimes known as Perilla, which comes from the Latin name Perilla frutescens. And you sometimes see Perilla seed oil in Latin America. And in Thai, it's known as Nha Kimon or Nyamon, which Nyamon means something like sesame leaf. Nha is sesame in Thai. And this is, if you may not have had it before, but in Japanese food, if you've ever had the little plastic sushi, the little plastic green things in sushi, that is replacing what used to be shiso. And its English name is sometimes Japanese basil or beefsteak plant. And there are ornamental varieties of it that are more purple and sort of have iridescence to the leaf. And I've seen this all over, both in New York and in Hawaii. It's very popular here because of all the Japanese and Korean communities. And I have two varieties growing here. I have a pretty deep green variety on your right and a more kind of purple green variety on the left. And there's some that are even deeper purple than that and have more of that iridescence. And it is really tasty in any kind of Japanese dish. I love it in mojitos. You can replace the mint in mojitos with the shiso leaf and muddle that up, and you get a shisito, as I call it. A little hard to pronounce, but very tasty. Has a bit of a kind of anisey, basil-y smell crossed with mint. It kind of has all those things, and it is in the same family as mint and basil and a lot of other common herbs native to Japan and Korea. And in terms of the 5 C's, first we have characteristics. It has opposite leaves, just like most things in the mint family. So you can see that the leaves come out from each other across or opposite each other on the stem. Because it is in the mint family, it has that kind of square stem that is well known from the mint family. The smell is quite characteristic, and it has these cute little flower spikes of kind of purple, white, green flowers. The trichomes that give it a lot of the smell is what's green, but the flowers inside are more lavender or purple. Shiso likes it a little bit colder than Hawaii. It's a little bit hot here for it. So we have trouble sprouting it or germinating it unless we have a really cold winter like we had this year in 2020. And it has you have to deadhead it constantly, so pull off these flower spikes from it. Otherwise it will only last like a few months, so I try to pick these flowers off and use those as the herb if I'm not getting a lot of the leaves. So the more you can deadhead it, pick off the flowers, the more energy the plant will put into the leaves, and you'll have more vegetative matter, which is what you want. I also have it growing here in my aeroponics or hydroponics system. This other green variety, so it likes that kind of the cold running water. In terms of cautions, there's not much that smells like it, but there are plenty of other flowering ornamental plants that you might not want to eat that have opposite leaves. This is a red pentas. You can see it also has those opposite leaves, but it does not have the square stem, and it has very different looking flowers and umbels. This Chinese violet also has opposite leaves, you might notice, but also very different flowers. And that one you can actually eat. the pentas I would not eat. It also has some great medicinal properties. It is found to be an antiviral, though more against flu than coronaviruses, and I'll put a reference down here so you can see what I'm talking about, how you can use it just as a tea if you want an antiviral, if you feel like you're at risk of getting the flu. In terms of cultivating it, I like to keep it in pots just so I can manage it a little bit better and keep it closer to me where I can deadhead the flowers. In terms of cooking it, the fifth C, you can use it in any kind of Japanese dish, in cocktails. It's really great muddled in any kind of cocktail. You can throw it in a salad. If you're having sushi, it's great rolled up in the roll. If you ever make musubi, those are really delicious, wrapped with a little bit of the shiso leaf or sprinkled in there. It's often served over rice. And the really deep purple kinds of shiso is what is used to make pickled ginger pink and ume plum have that kind of lavender pinkish color, so that comes from shiso as well. So all right, let's go inside and cook something up with this. Okay, we're gonna make some tasty shiso tomato cucumber salad in a Japanese style, since shiso is mainly used in Japanese cuisine. So I have a bunch of these nice shiso leaves that I got out in the garden, as well as the flower heads from deadheading them. So you'll need those, as well as some nice tomatoes, cucumber, and you can really use any kind of veggies. Jicama would work well. Jicama goes really well with shiso as well. I like to put some kind of peppers in here. I have one of my favorite peppers. This is a habanada. It's a non-spicy habanero, so it has all the sweet, aromatic, rosy scent of habaneros, but almost no heat. As well as another one called biquinho or sweetie drop that is similar. It's a unhot habanero, so you can get all the flavor of habanero and then adjust the heat separately. I also have, this is pretty easy to find in Hawaii, this is a yuzu citrus and chili powder. So yuzu is a really great Japanese citrus that I've become addicted to here living in Hawaii with so much Japanese food all around. But you can just use regular chili flakes or other kind of chilies if you want. Then I have some sort of allium like chives, or you could use garlic or green onions to add some umami. I have fresh ginger, but you could also use dried ginger powder if you'd like instead. Then we want to do some sort of citrus zest, and if you want to simulate the flavor of yuzu, you could use lemon, or this is a tangelo orange that was grown locally. Sort of a combo of those two would maybe get close to yuzu flavor. Then for some umami, miso paste here, some vinegar, some soy sauce, a couple tablespoons of sesame oil, a little bit of coconut or palm sugar. So I'm probably only going to use maybe half of this cucumber, so I'll score it around the middle and just peel away. Don't like to include the bitter gas-inducing parts of the cucumber in there, so I'll make it a little more pleasant. After effects of the peel, just chop it up. So I got my cucumber all chopped up. I'll throw that in the bowl here. And I got some really nice tomatoes from a local farm. Tomatoes are actually hard to grow in Hawaii because the bugs attack them, so these have to be, anything that's larger than a cherry tomato like this has to be grown in a screen house or a really dry side of Hawaii. So strangely, some things like jalapeno peppers and some of the other nightshades like tomatoes and tomatillos are hard to grow in Hawaii's environment. Then I'm gonna zest a little bit of the ginger on there, or grate it. Just about half a teaspoon of ginger. And I want to chop all my chilies up in there. And I'm going to do a little bit of the chili powder, or togarashi. Then some of the citrus zest. And I'm going to put that in my bowl for whipping up this sauce. With a little bit of the lemon zest as well. About a teaspoon of each, the lemon zest and the orange zest together. I'm gonna zest half of my orange in there. Then I'm gonna chop up my scallions here. Put that in the sauce. And then all my yummy shiso leaves here. And you can save the flower heads to make tea with too, if you'd like, in addition to putting them in the salad. If you're going for the antiviral properties. Though you will get the antiviral properties eating it raw this way too, as much as in the tea. So this is a nice healthy salad that you can make to keep you going while you're in quarantine during the coronavirus. I'm just gonna throw the flowers in. You want to take them off the stem because that's not that fun to eat. Gonna do a little bit of miso paste in here. This is fermented soybeans or barley sometimes, so maybe just like a half tablespoon. Couple tablespoons of soy sauce for the 3 or 4 tomatoes that we're doing here. And then finally maybe a tablespoon or 2 of the vinegar. You can use rice vinegar or white vinegar, any of those are fine. Another optional thing you can add is a little bit of coconut or palm sugar. Give it a little bit of added sweetness. So I'll just do maybe a little less than a tablespoon of the palm sugar. Then you can add a couple tablespoons of sesame oil. To give it a nice nutty flavor. And you can just give it a little taste there. When I'm tasting things, I don't like to waste silverware. I kind of make a little divot in the back of my hand, pour it into, and you can taste it from there. You're not dirtying your spoon. Yeah, that's nice. It's got a little bit of kick from the ginger. Just pour it over there. The salad. Mix it all up. Do a little Sprinkling of lemon zest on top to finish it off, and a couple of the shiso flowers. Make a really healthy, antiviral, super tasty salad. So let's serve some of it up. See how it tastes. See if it's spicy enough. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe I'll add a little more touch of chili powder or togarashi, yuzu togarashi. Give it a little kick, but I'm only doing that in my individual bowl in case everyone else who's eating it doesn't like it as spicy as I do. It's got a nice herbaceousness from the shiso or Japanese basil leaves in there. Make it also super healthy. Yeah, this will be great in the spring and summer as it gets hot. Keep you healthy through all the quarantine. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching Natty by Nature. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell on there so you get notifications. Please tell all your friends about it so we can get more subscribers, and keep on putting those plants on your plate. All right, we'll see you on the next Natty by Nature. Take care.